Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another session, Sunday session of Learn on Train Serve. Uh, is there anyone new who's joining this call, this session for the first time? If you are new to this, please type yes in the chat window so I can explain to you how we conduct these sessions and why do we do them. Okay, I think most of you've been on these sessions before. So as usual, we'll start with a quick 5-minute mind relaxation technique. We have with us Sister Raki as well, and we can get started. Raki, can you share with us a mind relaxation technique, please?
Sure. Thank you, Mukesh. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's sit back and relax and use the affirmation technique for meditation today. In this technique, we just take one thought and we try to experience the energy associated with that thought, and we try to stabilize ourselves in that energy. So, the thought we'll take today is that I am very relaxed. Now, let's experience the last time we were relaxed. Let's think of that moment. We were laid back, we were relaxed, completely burden free, sitting somewhere in the nature or sitting in isolation somewhere. But very light state of mind, extremely relaxed, very content, very satisfied with how life is going, and enjoying life. Let's go find ourselves and sit at a beach in front of the ocean. The ocean waves are coming towards us. And then retreating. The ocean is calm, it's just the waves that are coming towards us. We are sitting on that beach, we can feel the sand. And we are very relaxed. The feeling of relax is in the air. The nice breeze of the ocean, the beach environment of joy, of fun, of play. The open sky, the vast openness of the sky and the ocean. Nature is so relaxed. Nature is as though it's just in its very stable state. I am in harmony with the nature, with the ocean, with the open sky, with the breeze, with the warm sand beach, with the sun shining on the beach. All 5 elements of nature serving me. The breeze is blowing across. I can feel that air. It's so relaxing. that fresh smell of ocean water, that sound of waves. I am relaxed. In the midst of any chaos, I know how to take myself into a state of relaxation. I affirm to myself that I am relaxed. I take myself to the beach, to the ocean. I enjoy nature. I'm playing beach games with my family and friends. There's joy. I'm carefree. I am relaxed. Now let's gradually bring our awareness back into the room that we are sitting. And gradually let's open our eyes and bring our awareness back into this session. Thank you.
Kiraki. So today we will have Ms. Vijaya continue from the previous week's session. We'll continue learning more about business logics, how to create formula fields, cross-object formulas. For those who are planning to get Salesforce admin certification, there's always at least minimum one, usually one question on cross-object formulas. So please pay special attention. It's very practical. It's actually used because most of the time you'll have a screen, you want to do some calculations, and cross-object formulas are very handy as well. So we look forward to learning more again from Ms. Vijaya. Please do ask questions. This is your opportunity. It's a small group. Take full advantage of it. Ask question, put it on the chat window. You can unmute yourself as well. But please learn as much as possible. Any questions? Why are we doing it? Or what can we do? What cannot we do? Please do that. I hope you've started doing your trailhead assignments as well, because just by listening to these sessions, it will be just give you a feel good factor, but you won't benefit much. But if you're going to do those trailhead assignments and attend these Sunday sessions, it will really benefit you. And you might have some questions as well, or you're confused about anything. Use this as a forum to ask questions. So please take advantage of these sessions and let your friends know as well. So we'll get started for today's session. Ms. Vijaya, if you want to please continue and tell us more about the how to create formulas and cross-section formulas and all the nice things. Thank you.
In the last session, we have created the Air India app, and in that we have created passenger and payment as a custom objects, and we have also created fields, custom fields in the passenger objects and the payment one. Second. Yeah. Now, if we see, or we will create one new passenger. So basically, these are the fields. That is the passenger registration number. That is auto-generated field. So it has no input box. And we have also created this text field. First name, and last name is mandatory field. There is date of birth, type of like date, and type of flight is this is the pick list, which has we can select only one value from this, either domestic or international flight. Then we have the source place, that is multi pick list, and this is the destination place. And we have the email field. Class is a field which has like pick list values. It may be like economic, business, or executive business field. And we have also mobile field, it is number type field. And we have like facilities field, which is multi pick list. Like there are facilities in Air India application, like priority check-in. We can select multiple from here, like meals, wheelchair, what you want. So you can select. Now we have also fare like what is the amount or cost of the ticket we are booking. So the end users fill all this data. Now we will create one data or record here. Suppose I'll give her name. Uh, Passenger name is like Harsha and last name is like Arora. Date of birth, it's not mandatory, but we can select any date. Like today's date also we can select. So type of flight is domestic, or we'll select international from India to Europe. Email field is not mandatory. We can give anything, or like Harsha Arora @gmail.com. Class we can select economic. Mobile number could be any number, 9876543. There is no validation right now. We can give multiple values. Now facilities like meal is also selected for this passenger. Wheelchair is there, and fare is something like 10,000 for this uh, flight. Just save it. Now see, the record is created. Uh, you can see the fields, the design of this page is in like vertical form. Now we want some of the fields to be on the right side to display. We can customize this page layout through page layout option in Object Manager. Suppose the client wants the layout design something different. It is by default like this. The fields, all fields are coming in the vertical way. So if we want some fields on right side or we want to add some sections, we can do also that. So we will learn what is page layout and how can we customize this design of page where fields are displaying. So we will go to setup. Basically page is open. So in this setup, there is object manager. You can search passenger, passenger object. Just go to the page layouts. Last time we have added fields or created fields in this option, fields and relationship. Now, if we go to page layout, we will see there is default page layout, that is passenger page layout. So when we create fields, then this passenger layout automatically created. We can edit it also, or we can create our new design, or we can create our new layout and use that in our UI part. So if we want to edit this existing one, we can just select that layout name and do the edit. I have opened uh, the default one only. So you can see it is like format of same, which is displaying here. In this format, it is displaying. So now we want to set it in a proper way. We can also do that. See, when we select here, so there is option of this remove or properties. We can remove it also from the UI, or we can also add some properties. We can make it either read only or required. So if we want to make it required, we can mark it as a check or set as a OK. But right now, leave this. Just we want to do a proper setting of this. So we will create sections. I will just see there is on the right side, there is section. Just drag and drop this section and drop here. Now it is asking section name. Just give the general info. General information, suppose. So what layout you want? Either one column or two columns. By default, it is coming in one column only. Just select two column and the tab key order is like left, right. From one field, it will go to zigzag way or top to down. Just select if you want. By default, it is left to right. Just select OK. Now you see it is coming general information section here. Now, if you want to drag and drop some fields in general information, we can do that. Suppose passenger we want here. Just drag and move into that section. I've just moved passenger registration number here, or you can do from the upper part also. But already it is visible in lower part, so we can just drag and drop and make it in proper. So general information is like passenger registration name, or just keep it like this only. Just create one more section. Passenger details. It is also having same layout, two columns and left, right. So this section is created here above one. Just we can drag the this fields in this section. Passenger first name, passenger last name, date of birth, and email, mobile number. Uh, this much only. And in general information, we will add this, suppose types of flight, source flight, destination, or class. Just you can set it. And this is the like you can set now and just save it. Or you can add the facilities also in general information, and in the fare also you can add in general information. Just save this page. And we will go to UI. Just refresh this. Now it is coming in vertical one column wise. Just refresh this page and you can see it will show in the order we have just done the designing. So now you can see there is coming section passenger details. Then the passenger details, you can see it is in the two column wise: passenger first name, last name, mobile name. You can do this designing according to the requirement. And we have also added this in. You can also add one more section, or you can remove this section. So you have the option to design the layout. You can also create new layout and use that. So suppose you want to create new layout, just go to the setup or in this object manager. There is option page layout. Just click new. So you can also create this design one. Suppose I'll create design one layout. Existing page layout? No, just we don't want existing one. We are creating new. Just save this one. So you can see only last name that is mandatory it is displaying. You can have you can just drag drop from here. This is the last name you want. If you want first name, you just drag and drop here. First name, last name, uh, date of birth, mobile number, just drag from here. Email. Just also drag this section part. Passenger info. Just drag here above in this only. Now, if you want to make this email required, just select from here. Sorry, it is removed. If there is option properties, just make it required. You can also make it required while creating the object or while creating the fields. And you have also next option you can do from the page layout. Just save it. We don't want other fields. Just save this. So you can see there is one more layout. Yeah, but you will not see here because it is taking default page layout. It is not taking our design one. So we have to just do then page layout assignments. So by default in the page layout assignments, you can see there is profile. So they are taking passenger layout, not our design one layout. So we have to change that. Suppose this is system administrator profile. So we have to just edit that assignment. Just change and take and select design one and save it. So it is not checking the table below. Zero selected. I have to select this one. Then it is not showing our design one, but it will show. Just one second. Go to the sorry, it's payment one. We have designed for the passenger one. Just go to the passenger. In the passenger object, you can go to the page layouts and see this is the design one which we have created just now. Just go to page layout assignment and just select we have profile. This user is system admin, which have uh, every authority to do. Just select the system admin or and just select design one and save it. So you can see the system admin user having design one page layout. Now we will go to the UI, just refresh this page. Now this is the old or default page layout. Now, if we refresh, we can see the design one layout, which we have created. See, so it is using which layout? The design one. And this design one layout has only this few fields. So we have the options to use custom layouts, which we can use, and for different users can view different page layouts. There is also having the option. Okay, I'll repeat. Suppose uh, see, this is the passenger one. Okay, passenger object. Now you can see for previous records, it is suppose we will create new record. So you can see only minimum fields are there. This is the new layout which we have designed, and it has required fields as last name, suppose uh, Singh, first name VC, suppose, and this is the mandatory field. Okay, just save this. So you can see this layout. Now we want to change this layout, and suppose any user who is using different profile can view different layout design. So we have that option to do that. We have to go to just object manager, open passenger object, just go to passenger object, go to the layout option. There is one more layout, that is default layout, which is the passenger layout. Okay, when we open it, you can see it has format like this, and we want to use this layout. Just go to the page layout assignment, and you can check which user is using which layout. So you can see we are having system admin profile right now. This is the user. Uh, this is the user SFDC training, which is having this profile, which system admin, and it is having right now design one layout. So they are seeing the layout. This is the custom layout which we have created. Now we want to change it to the passenger layout. Just edit it. Just select your profile and just select this passenger layout and save it. You can see here it is now for system admin, it is passenger layout. Just go to the UI now and just refresh this page, and you will see the previous one layout. This is the. So you can create your own layout and assign to page layout assignment for different users having different profiles. So this is the previous layout which we have done. So you can also do for same for this payment one, payment for payment this. See, right now it is having page layout simple only this one. Now we can create or we can edit something for this layout. Just go to the object manager, type payments or payment. This is our custom object. Just click on it, go to the page layouts. This is the default page layout. We can just edit it. See, it has only this fields, or we can make it something uh, payment ID, payment this. Where is mode? This is the mode. Just make it Go ahead, just save it. You can also create a new page layout from here. Just click new and create new and assign that page layout assignment for the profiles. But right now I'm not creating new because you have already seen in the previous one. Just go and refresh it. Now you will see this mode field will be required field. Just go. You can see this. Now we have done change in the layout. So you can see there is payment ID and this mode field is pick list, which is having cash or which mode you are paying, either cash, credit card details or UPI. Just suppose you select cash and save it. So we can design our layout, new layout, or we can just edit the previous one and use that one. So this is the page layout. I hope you will you have understood the layout concept.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. One more thing. Just if you want, see, this is the search layout where the recently records we have created or opened, it is displaying here. But now we want we want to have more columns here. Suppose we also want to see the passenger first name or last name, but right now it is showing only passenger registration number. So we have to also learn like how can we customize or add columns in the search layouts. For this, just go to the object manager of this is the page payment, but we will go to the right now, just go open the passenger one. Just there is option of search layout. Just click on this search layout. So see for different users, they having default layout. That is the default layout is the passenger layout. Right now, we are using this passenger default layout, previous one. So just open this default layout and change the settings. Right now in the default layout, it is showing passenger registration number. You can see in the search layout, it is having only passenger registration number. But you want to add more columns here, just go to the search layout. There is showing default layout. Just edit it, edit this one. See, there is passenger registration number. You want to add first name, want to add last name, just add, just save it. Or you can, now you can see in the default layout, every user is having default layout. You can also change here. You can uh, add something for the this user. It will see this layout. So the user right now, this is profile. So right now we at a time only one user can have only one profile, either system admin or anything. But for our user, it is the system admin, and system admin is using default layout. And default layout will see this information only: passenger registration number, first name, last name. Just go to the passenger or UI, just refresh now. You will see three columns here now: first name and the passenger last name. Okay. And if you want to if you want that uh, this system admin can view multiple columns, just edit this one. Just add email. Only the system admin profile or user will see this extra columns, not everyone, because we are adding this in the system admin profile. Just save it. Now we are having system admin profile and we can see this many columns. Just go to the UI, just refresh this one. You can see this one. See fair, source, place. So system admin, as a system admin, we are having profile the system admin. We can see all these columns. So suppose any user having the analytics cloud integration profile, so he will only see this fields, not all fields. This one second. See, can single user have different layouts? At a time, a user can have only one profile, and according to that profile only, you will see that layout. If you have system admin profile right now, you will see the uh, layout which system admin have right now. If you will have the standard user profile, then that profile having layout will be visible to you that time. At a time, you will see only one layout according to your profile. Yeah, all these are the requirements of the client. Client wants that this users will be only see this design page. This users will we see that design page. According to that, we can customize. Suppose there are 4 users, that is sales one. Suppose there is sales team, so they have like system or they have sales profile. So in sales profiles, they will visible uh, design one only. Suppose there are the service people, which is only dealing the service or complaint parts. So they will have different profile. So they will see different layout. Or we can give default layout to everyone, or we can customize it. That salesperson will see only this profile, say this profile layout, or that service one will see the design to profile or design to layout. So it is the like in our hand to customize it. We can either give it default or we can create uh, the new layouts and assign to different profiles, different ones. Hope it is clear right now. Can we create new fields? Yeah, we can create new fields in the real time. In any projects, there can be 100 plus new fields according to the requirements. There's no like right now we have created this much field, so it is fixed or it is limited. According to requirements, we can create new fields. We will see now. Now we will see how to create a formula field. So just sharing my screen. So right now you can see in the recently viewed this are the fields. Just open any record. You can see the layout is having passenger details, general information sections. So now we want to see more, there are different types of fields. So just go to the fields and relationships. We have seen that day, date of birth is date field, email is of email data type, facilities is the multipic list. So now we will see the formula field, formula data type field. Right now you can see there is option first name, last name. Okay, now uh, you want to display in your UI full name of the passenger. So there is option to create new field also, text type fields, full name. But why will we will create new field? Just we can have one formula field which concatenate this first name and last name field, and it will read only. It will be the read only field. Now we will see, just go to the passenger object. In fields and relationship, select formula. This formula field is basically a read only field that derives its value from a formula expression you define. The formula field is updated when any of the resource field changes. Just go to next right now. See, give it name, passenger full name. We want to display passenger full name. This is the API name. It will just, this field name is used in the coding part. This is the label of the field. This is the API name. So you can see it is created like this by default by Salesforce only. And the formula return type would be like text. We are giving the output as a text. You can see there is also given example. You can also have different like scenarios where you can use formula fields, which can be like checkbox, currency, date, time, number, time. Some examples are given. Just you can explore or go to Trailhead and select the formula fields and complete uh, that part. You will get more idea about formula fields. Just go. I'm just selecting text. Just go to next. There is option simple formula and there is advanced formula. But right now I have selected only simple one. See, there is passenger full name. So what you want to display, you just um insert field. There's option. You can see in the object we want to display first name and the last name. Just select the first name. This is the insert. Just and in the first name, after that you need some space. Then you have just select the concatenate option. It was not it, now it is. Okay. Just select operator in first name. Select this concatenate. Give you want some space. Then you want to concatenate that space and just select from here last name. So you have created one formula like according to this source. This is the source field, first name and the last name. According to this field, this new formula field is created. When this source field is changes, according to that, the value of the formula field will also change. Just check the syntax. No syntax error. Just save it or move it to next. So this field should be visible for every profile, whether it's the contract manager, everything right now. System admin profile we have. Just select visible all. Just go to next. The for which layout you want to like there are two layouts. Suppose you want to display this only in this passenger layout, just select this. If you want to display this field in both layouts, so you can check this box. Right now just select for both, just save it, go to the UI, just refresh this page. See, you can see passenger full name. It is the first name concatenated with the second name. Now, if I change value here, just give here Vinay, suppose. Just save it. you can see according to the source field, this value is also changed. So this is the read only field. You see there is no pen option here. You cannot edit this field. You can derive this field according to the formula we have set in the formula while creating that formula field. So where is passenger full name? So this is the formula text. We can also edit here. Just go to edit. You can see the formula which we have set up right now. Passenger first name. This is the concatenation sign, and this is the space. And again, it is concatenated with the last name. So you can see there is Vinay plus like space and last name, first name, space, last name. So if the first its name is changed, then this value will also change. So it derives from the formula and it will change according to the source field. This is the read only field. We cannot edit this field. Okay. So we can have multiple requirements for formula fields, but right now we have not created any relationship between objects. So when we will create relationship between the objects, then I will show you how to create cross object formula fields. Right now there is no object relationship created, so it will not show the cross object formula field. So there is, you can create multiple requirements are there for formula fields. Go to Trailhead, just explore these things. I have just taken simple example, concatenation of the first name and the last name. Now you can see there is this one. Now we will see today's slide according to that. Now we have seen page layouts. Basically, page layouts define which fields user can view and edit when entering data for a custom object record. You can use the default page layout that is created automatically when you create a custom object. You can also build your own page layout with related lists and custom links. So navigation step is also given, and we have already seen that. Now we will see the validation rules today. What is validation rule and how can we create validation rule? So just we can go and see what is validation rules. So basically validation rule is specifying an error condition and corresponding message. So suppose validation rules basically validates the user's data. Suppose user enter any data, but it is not in proper format. Like in the mobile field, they are entering 12, 13 digits number, so it will show the error. So it basically validates the user's entered data. Now we will see, suppose we will create one we will create one validation rule. So suppose requirement is like there is field date of birth. So when we edit it, so the passenger date of birth should not be today's value or in future value. Suppose I select 29th January and save it. It is not giving any error right now. So this is not a valid data. We cannot give any data and save it. So, or suppose if I change it and give it like value of 8th Feb. So this is not a valid data. The user date of birth cannot be like after 10 days or after today or day after tomorrow. Just save it. Right now it is letting us to save, but we want to validate this data and we have to fire or throw an error while entering the today's data and future data. So we will go to the passenger object. There is a field like validation rules. Select this validation rules. Go to the new. Right now there is no validation rule. give any name, date of birth. So there are like 100 or 100 plus validation you can add according to your requirements. Like there's a Aadhaar card, so it should be in proper that format. It should not be like 12 or 20 plus digits. So there are validations you can add according to the client's requirement. So right now I'm just creating simple one, that is date of birth check. So there is option of insert field. So we want to add validation on which field? Date of birth. There is a passenger and you can select date of birth. Just insert it. There is functions also. There's operator also. So in operator, we want to throw error when the it will be the greater or equal to today's date. Just we have inserted operator greater or equal. Now we will select as a function, which function? Today. Today is a function which will uh, take the today's value. There is function category, date and time. You can see there is today. Just insert selected function. So the condition is it will throw an error when the date of birth is selected is today's value or greater than today's value. Just select or check the syntax, no error found. And what will be the error message? Please enter date of, please enter correct data, suppose. Or you want to display this error on the top of page or on the field. So I'll just select the field, then save it. You have created new validation rule right now. So just go to the UI and refresh the page. I'll go and select create new record. So passenger name will be ABCD, suppose. So in the date of birth, you are right now you are giving nothing. So it's okay. Just try to save it. It will save. It is not required. But if you want to add it, add this field value. And if you select today's date of birth for this passenger. So and if you want to like save it, so it is giving error. Sorry, it will giving error that class which field it is taken. Date of birth it is not seeking. Please enter correct data. Second. Okay, sorry. The field it is taking field here. I have to give date of birth. It is taking class field. Just save it. I've not seen. So this is the active validation rule. You can mark it deactivate. So it is activated right now. Just go to UI. Cancel this one. Just refresh this page. One second. Yeah, if I select date of birth and if I take it like today's date, so yeah, it is not right now you are not saving. It is before only. See, it is showing please enter correct data. Please enter correct data. You cannot select future date. You can write here, please don't select future date or today's date. Or if you select today's date and try to save it, the error will again appear here because we have given condition like date of birth should, if the date of birth is it is having today's value or greater than today's value, it will fire this error message. Please enter correct data. So it is right now it is showing before saving this data. It is validating the user data before storing this data into database. If you give like you can set any value or you can set any condition according to this, it will work. So now before date it will taking. So it now this data is saved into database, but it will validate data before entering into the database. So it is the like validation rule. You can also in Trailhead go and like explore validation rules, and you can explore formula fields. This is the simples. According to the conditions, you can add validations like Aadhaar card number should be in this format, phone number format. This phone number should be like in this format only, or like according to some conditions you can show. You can not let users data to store in the database. Yeah, you can write your own condition according to your like customer. If you go to the validations rule, you can have options like go to the new, you can have like options insert field according to your requirement. You can have that options. Like suppose if any fair should be if fair value, if suppose if there is fair field, if is blank option. You can also make any field required from this validation rule. Suppose see suppose I have selected, if suppose this fair field is blank, it will not let you to store this data. Suppose this fair field is blank, it will not let you save this record. So what will you do? Just create validation rule. Uh, just give fair when fair is blank. So just take this is blank field, and in the expression you can enter this which field you want. Fair. Just entered in. So if this field is blank, no error, just throw error. Please enter the fair. Like it is now mandatory field. Now the error will display on the top of the page. Just save it. So it is active. Just go to the UI. So it is now go to the new. Right now it is not showing as a mandatory field, but when you are just saving it, Now just save this one. See, please enter the fare. So without entering the fare, it is validating before saving this record value in the database. So now you have to give some value, 65 something. Now it is letting you to save this record. So you can also add that it cannot be like more than 10,000 or more than 20,000. There can be like according to your requirements, you can set or create validations rule. Because right now you can entering data, but it is not in the proper format. So if data is not correct, then how can you evaluate the proper uh, customer data? So you need validations rule. Hope you have understood. You can explore more on formula fields and validation rules. Okay. Okay. Now we will cover our next topic. So we have covered page layout, validation rules, and formula fields also. Now we will understand relationship. What is relationship? So relationship is basically it associates objects with other objects. Right now we have two objects, payments and the passengers. So we will create the relationship between the passenger and the payments. Like suppose I am the passenger, so I have to do the payment. So we have right now payment is like there is no uh, any field of like showing relation between the passenger and the payment. So we will create that relationship. So basically relationship is of two types. Two types not we can say it is one to many. One to many like suppose there is one parent and it can have multiple childs, but multiple childs cannot have or multiple parents. So it is like one to many. One parents can have multiple child. So in that we have two category that is the master detail and we have the lookup. So the lookup bond between the two objects is like not very strong bond. Basically we use lookup fields relationship in between two objects. So we will see this type of relationship links two objects together but has no effect on deletion or security. Unlike master detail fields, lookup fields are not automatically required. When you define a lookup relationship, data from one object can appear as a custom related list on page layouts for the another object. So basically, master detail is also is the one to many. One parent can have multiple childs, but not vice versa. So in master detail relationship, it is a strong bond between the two objects. Like when the parent is deleted, the child will automatically deleted. But that is not in the lookup. If parent is deleted, parent record is deleted, then the child record which is connected to that parent will not deleted. But in master detail, when master record is deleted, the related detail or sub detail records are also deleted. Means everything parent deleted, child will be deleted. So this type of relationship closely links objects together such that the master means parent, detail means child. So master record controls certain behaviors of the detail or sub detail record behaviors in this relationship. When master record deleted, child record will be automatically deleted. So you can read this PDF. I have already shared in the group. And there is some security settings for the master which control the child's or child's page, child records. This master relationship is required on the page layout of the detail and the sub detail records. Now we will see how to create it. There is relationship that is one to many, which includes master detail and lookup. And there is also option of many to many relationship. Suppose I'll for example, there is a customer and there is a bank. Suppose I have like I'm a user and I will have accounts in multiple banks, like in HDFC also I have account, in SBI also I have account, in Bank of Baroda also I have accounts. So one user having multiple childs, like multiple records in different banks. So suppose that multiple banks can have multiple users. So many to many relationship it is, like one user can have multiple records, child, and child can have multiple users for multiple parents. So this is also many to many relationship we will create. So you can use master detailed relationships to model many to many relationship between any two objects. There is also hierarchical relationship. This type of relationship is a special lookup relationship available only for the user object, not for any other object. Like it's like tree structure. Only the user object can have hierarchical relationship. Suppose I am a user and I am also the manager. So managers, under manager, you can have multiple users. So this is like hierarchical relationship. So this type of relationship is special lookup relationship available only for the user object. It allows users to use a lookup field to associate one user with another that does not have directly or indirectly refer to itself. And the fourth one is the self relationship. When an object has a lookup with itself, it is a self relationship. Now we will understand and we will create one lookup relationship. Just take the scenario. This is the passenger one and this is the payment. Suppose one passenger can have multiple payments for like it for ticket for some extra facilities. If it takes extra facilities, it can have multiple records, multiple payment records. Right now, there is no connection between this passenger and payments. If I open any payment one, you can only see it is having payment ID mode, but for which user there is no link right now. So we will create a master detail relationship. Master detail relationship means if I delete this passenger record, suppose I take proper this Rupal, this record, this passenger has booked a tickets, but there is no linking of its payment. So we will create link between this passenger and payments. So we want to create master detail relationship means this passenger, if this passenger record is deleted, this the payment created for that passenger will be deleted. Let's strong bond we want. So for that, we will create master detail relationship. And for your note, we will always create relationship on the child object, not on the parent object, or we can also say like on detail object. So this is the passenger is the parent master, or this is payment is the child one, detail one. So just go to the payments in the object manager, go to the object manager, open payments, go to the fields and relationships, go to just new. There is an option of master and lookup relationship. We want to create master detail, like strong relationship between these two objects. Just select this one, go to next. See, select the other objects to which this object is related. So we want to relate this object to the, there is so many objects coming. We want to relate this object. We want data from payment, sorry, from passenger. We have selected always create relationship on child one. So we have created a relationship on payment, that is child object, and it is related to the passenger object. Go to next. What you want, the field label is passenger. Just select passenger. Child relationship is name is payments. We are creating master details. So passenger is the parent. It will control the behavior of the child records. There is sharing settings. We will understand it later. What is sharing settings? Just go to the next. So this field will be visible to every profile. Just go to next. The layout is the payment layout. In the payment layout, this field will appear. Go to next. So relation list is payments. I'll show you what is this in the UI. Go to the next option, just save it. See, you are getting one error, that is cannot create master detailed relationship. It is showing that we cannot create master detailed relationship for this both objects. Now we understand why we are not able to create master detailed relationship. So you see, you cannot create a new master detail relationship on an existing custom object if records already exist. You must first create a lookup relationship, populate the lookup field with data in all records, and then change the relationship type to master detail. So this generally question asked in interview. Suppose there is one object A and there is one object B, and there are some records in object A, and now you want to create the relationship, master detail relationship with object B. So will you able to create the master detail relationship? So basically you have to say no, we cannot directly create in that case. First, we have to create lookup relationship, and then we will create the master detail relationship. So now what is lookup relationship? We will understand. So go to, like, there are some records existing, no? Just go to back, you will understand, don't worry. Just go to the new, go to the lookup relationship. Lookup relationship is the loosely coupled like link between two objects. Go to the next. Just it is similar to that only. Select passengers or passenger. Go to next. Give the name passenger. So child relationship name is payment. But you see the fields like sharing settings is not coming in the lookup relationship because parent is not controlling the child. If we delete the passenger record, then there is child record will be there. There will like no deletion of the child records. So basically they don't like parent don't control the child records. But in the master detail, parents control the behavior of the child. When parent record is deleted, child will be deleted automatically. So right now, if we delete, there's no mandatory or tightly thing in the this lookup relationship. So you can just select next. It should be visible for every profile right now. Just go to next. So this layout the field will display on the payment layout. Go to next. Related list label is payments. Just save it. I'll show you what is this. Now it is letting to create the lookup relationship, but it will not let you create the master detail relationship because already there are records. Already there are records in payments and in the passengers. So there is no linkage for that previously created record. So you cannot uh, create directly master relationship when you have some previous records. If there is no record between the two objects, then you can create master detail relationship directly. But if the parents or child is having previous records and there is no linkage created, then you cannot directly create the master detail relationship. You have to just create the loosely coupled relationship, that is the lookup. Then change that lookup afterwards to master detail. So right now I have created one lookup relationship between this passengers and the payments. Just go to the payments UI. Just create new payment. Go to new payment. Now you will see one passenger field. This is the lookup field. So it is showing the data. It is showing the passengers data. Suppose there is payment of UPI. Okay. And for which this payment is for which user, which passenger. So there is one lookup. You can see we have created this search symbol. So we can select the passengers. Now that passenger data, object data is linked to this payment, this new payment. So we can select, suppose this Vinay. This payment is for Vinay's flight. Just save it. You can see the mode is UPI and this data is of Vinay. This is the uh, just go to related. You can see nothing here. But if I go to this one, so you can see in the related layout, now you can see this payments. Like this passenger has related to this payment data. So now this passenger is the parent and this child record is this payment ID. So he has paid something, the amount or the fields, you can see the details here in the payment table, that he has paid in the UPI mode. You can also add multiple fields like amount, the UPI ID, the URL, credit card details. So you can add multiple fields here, multiple columns. So now this passenger and payment is linked. But if you see, uh, if I'll create new record, that is one more. Mode is the suppose cash. You can we can add description here for why we are paying this payment. So one passenger can have multiple payments for different services, like for meal, for leg spacing, for window space, window speed. So we can have that one passenger can have multiple payments for different services. So suppose you can select passengers is the Vinay only. Just save this. Now go to passenger or just select here. You can see there are two payments data for this single record, that is for Vinay Singh. It has two payment IDs. One is for meal, one is for fare, one is for different service. You can add multiple payments. So this is means one parent can have multiple child records. So this is the lookup relationship right now. If we create more, or if we delete this previous one, suppose this is the record. This is for Vinay's record. If I delete this payment, just go to here. There's option delete. If we delete this record, so it will remove from the Vinay's related list. You can see. Okay, so right now it is having only one child record. And if we delete parent, suppose I delete this Vinay's info from here, then you will see that this record will not deleted, this PI004, because there is lookup relationship. Suppose I delete this record. So this is loosely coupled relationship between that two objects. So go to payments. You can see this PI004 is still there. So it is orphan. So this passenger delete this passenger field will become blank. So you can attach this orphan child with any other parent. But why we will add this passenger info with any another like passengers? So that time we need to create master detail relationship, like strong bond. If parent deleted, we want that payment records or details to be deleted. So that time we create the master detail relationship. So you can see this payment child is still existing. It is orphan right now. There is no passenger showing here because parent is deleted, but this still exists. But we don't want to be like this, like any parent is deleted and the child is still there. So that time we have to create master detail relationship. Right now, we have created lookup relationship. You have seen. So what we will do, just go to the fields and relationship. There is a lookup field. This is the passenger one. Just go to the edit option. Just and change this field type. Go to the field type. You will change to master detail relationship. Just go to next. This time it will let you to create the master detail relationship. So there is also option of sharing settings. Basically, it means that parent decides the behavior of the child. So we will see what is sharing settings in the next class. So right now, just go to next option. Just go to next. Save. So right now it will you cannot create a new master because this is still okay. So what we will right now also it is not letting us to create master detail relationship. So what we have to do, go to the UI, go to the payments and see there are four records. And in the four records, we cannot leave it this field as a blank. We have to attach any passenger right now. Just select ABC. Okay, we have attach this payments to the passenger, and here also we have to attach any passenger. You can, for example, you can do right now. You have to attach the passenger. You cannot leave this field as a blank because you are creating master detail relationship. So in the four records I will create, I have linked the object, both objects. I have to fill this passenger. So go to the object manager, select passengers or payments, child records. You have to try this yourself, then you will get more clarity on this relationship. Just go to the field and relationship, go to the lookup. Right now there is a go to right now there's lookup relationship. Just change the field type, go to the master detail relationship, go to the next, Just save. So you can see right now it is changed this relationship to master detail relationship. Just go and go and see. Now I'll show you. Create new payment. Payment should be like cash, and the passenger is, suppose I'll create new passenger for this. You can create the passenger record also from this lookup part. Passenger is, suppose, Vijaya. For me, I'm just creating this payment. Review the errors. Please enter the fare for this validation rule is working. Okay. I can change this name also. I can select, I can have option like layout option is there. Just save it right now. You can see this payment ID is generated for this passenger 0112. Okay, if I'll go to this hyperlink, I'll just come to this Vijaya passenger, and in the related tab, you see there is one payment done. I can also create one more payment for this from here also. See, passenger is there, mode is the UPI. Just save it. Okay, for for this passenger Vijaya, we have two payments done, 6 and 7 1. Now, if we delete this passenger, if I delete this passenger, then child record will be deleted. Looks like this problem. Unfortunately, get in touch. Okay, see the payments. I'll show you. So there is no record of Vijaya, and go to the payments. That two payments I have created, 5 and 6, that child records are also deleted by default. By deleting parent record, the child records are also deleted in master detail relationship, because there is strong bond in master detail. So why we will keep the payment details if the like parent is not there? Why we will keep the child records? Like in that case, in that requirements, according to requirements, you can have that relationship. Like if you go to the app, any sales app, this is the Salesforce app, sales app. If you go to the contacts, you can see there is lookup relationship between this account and the contacts. Just open the contacts, Deepak Singh, suppose. I'll show you the lookup relationship between this. It is a bit slow. You can see in the contact details, if you go to details, you can have you can see this account name. This account name is lookup relationship. We are having account in this contact. This is the relationship. From the relationship you can the you can use the different objects data. Some network issue. Uh, did you clear on something on lookup and master detail relationship? So you can see in the contact, you have account name field. So these are the related, means this opportunity and cases, campaign history. These are the related with this contact object. Like this is the payment, this opportunity and cases, this campaigns are the parent. Hello. Uh, yeah, I already shared the PDF in the session, Salesforce group, and for relationship, you have to explore too, like what is the lookup relationship, what is the detail relationships. Go and do your hands-on, then it's clear what is the difference between the both one. Any questions on this? Okay, that we will do.
Uh, when class is clear, we need to do practice. Actually, I missed previous session practice, so not that much confident about the steps.
Yeah, do practice and ask afterwards. And in the trailhead, you will get some scenarios. And doing that scenarios, you will get more idea, like many to many, one to many. So, like we are having small sessions, so it cannot everything cannot be covered right now. But the basic idea I have given. So if you try, it will be easy to like do hands-on.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
Okay. So for today's, this much only we will cover. And next class, we will see like on profiles and on cross object formalized spending. I'll cover that and profiles and permission sets and users part. Till then, for this coming week, you can go and revise and like creating app, new app, custom app, and having new objects on that fields. There are multiple data types of fields. You can try small like scenarios you can take from these trailhead and try and ask afterwards when you have doubt. Okay, thank you for joining today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijaya. So, as usual, please provide any feedback. We'll end this session with another technique. Uh, I'll share one technique on how to remember as well. Many times we get a frequently asked question that whatever we learn, we forget. And studies have proven that anything, no matter what your age, even if you're a student in your 90s, 20s, whatever you learn today, you will forget 75% of it tomorrow. We are humans, and that's how the brain works. You will forget whatever you learn today. So the trick is very simple. The cure is you have to revise whatever you learn today. And if you revise the same thing tomorrow, now you don't have to revise each and every minute of the same thing, but the key summary points. And those points are memory anchors, right? That one point then triggers another point. So when you revise the key points, you will remember 60% of it, right? And if you keep revising it every 2, 3 days and then on a weekly basis, you'll eventually remember 90% of it. But if you don't, you will forget. it is very important to understand. We know this, we understand this, but we don't realize this. And what we do is we spend more and more time just simply because we didn't revise right after when we learned something new. So what we do is we learn something, we have this peace of mind that we have a recording, and we can always go back and listen to the recording. Ask yourself, of all the recordings that you have in the past, how many of you've actually gone back and rewinded? Very few. So it's just a sense of comfort that it's there, right? And then it starts fading away from the mind. So the most effective mind control technique is whatever you learn, take out time. If you learned 1 hour, take out 10 minutes the next day. Take out 5 minutes the following day. Take out 2 minutes the following day. And then the next week, again, keep 5 minutes. So it's not a lot of revision that you have to do. You're just revising 5 to 10 minutes of what you learned in an hour. It's not a lot to do. But what actually happens is we'll say, I will do it tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow. We procrastinate. Then after a month, we try to remember everything. Of course, you're going to forget it. That's how the brain works, right? And then now you have to listen to that entire hour, right? And then again, you don't revise it the next day. You'll again forget it. And now it just becomes a tedious effort. It's tiring and it gives the impression in your mind that I have so much to do. That creates anxiety, then a flood of thoughts. You know how the process starts. You've been there, done that, right? So we want to break those patterns. You want to break those mind habits. So if you can take one simple mind habit of whatever you learn, right? Just revise it. Take out time early in the morning, right? Get into a routine. You want to be as efficient as possible. Try to get into a routine. Take 10, 15 minutes. That's all it takes. 10 to 15 minutes. What did you learn yesterday? Once you start thinking about that, what you learned yesterday, your mind kind of becomes, it doesn't have that anxiety anymore. It learns to learn things faster. It learns the ability to absorb new things faster. And you'll notice that you start getting more efficient. You don't have to put a lot of effort to learn a lot of new things. Learning new things will become fun. Right now, it doesn't seem like fun. It seems like a very tedious, laborious, hard work, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can simplify it, right? Try it, right? Don't just go by what I'm saying. Actually try it. Try it and tell us if it worked or not, right? Whatever you learn today, make your notes, right? Your notes could be on a piece of paper, it could be in a Word file, it could be in a PowerPoint. I use PowerPoint because I have too much paper and I lose track of where that paper is. So I use a PowerPoint, I put the key points and I'll revise it. And then I remember it because I revised it. Similarly, I would suggest you got next week, whatever you've learned today, after this session, or maybe after 2 hours or anything, make key points out of it. Ask yourself, right, what it is that was most important in this lecture. If you were to explain what you learned today to your friend, what did you learn? How would you explain it to them? Right? Now your mind gets stimulated and you start thinking about it. When you start thinking about it, you start retaining it. So the way to absorb knowledge, there are various steps to it. First is you just listening. Just because you listen something does not guarantee that you understood it and you will remember it. Most of the time, in fact, you will not remember it, right? So step one is, of course, you're reading it or you're listening it. Step two, right? You're revising it. Now, if sometimes you don't understand what it is and you're revising it as well, you will again forget it because you're doing a lot of hard work, right? So, step three is things that you are easy, you understand, you revise. Things that you don't understand, right? Put some time to understand it. Use different books. Maybe one author is boring, they may not explain it properly. Maybe a YouTube lecture might explain it in a better way, right? Maybe there might be a blog or an article about it, but put the effort to be able to articulate what you don't understand as a question. This is the point where 80% of the students, they fail. They cannot articulate what they don't understand. As a result, there's haziness, there's this cloud of fear and confusion in the mind. There's nothing more toxic than this cloud of fear and anxiety. And it's like, I don't understand this. Students make statements, I don't understand this. Later on, I don't understand. And then it's like, I don't understand everything, right? But actually, it is not that they don't understand everything. They didn't understand one particular aspect of it. They could not articulate it, so they generalize they don't understand Salesforce, right? But there was something specific that the instructor taught and you didn't understand. Use the recording at that point. Try to formulate a question. Ask yourself what it is that I don't understand. I didn't understand how that formula works, or I don't know how to apply the formula, or I don't know where this formula is used, so it's very boring, right? What it is that is demotivating you. Ask yourself. That's called facing your fear. The reason why I'm saying that, why is that more important? Because once you start doing that and you start getting into the habit of writing what you don't know or what you don't understand, now you will see it's actually only 3 or 4 questions. But without writing that, you don't know it's 3 or 4 questions, and it gives the impression to the mind it's a lot. It's 30, 40 questions. Reality, it's not more than 2 or 3 questions, right? But that's how the mind works, right? This mind will create this illusion that this is very complex. So you walk through that illusion, face it, say, okay, what is complex? What it is that I don't understand? Write a question. Take that question, Google it, you'll find the answer, right? Then in that answer, there's some more things that you still may not understand. That's perfectly okay. Write down that question and you Google that as well. If if you find this is an infinite chain, ask the instructor, right? But confront your fears, face them, write it down, challenge yourself, right? That's why we keep talking about believe in yourself. The moment you start doing that, you will see how you're learning, and it becomes a habit, it becomes a practice. And then you'll start believing in yourself, that self belief that you can answer any question, that you can learn anything, no matter what your age, what your gender, what you're working, and which field you're working, doesn't matter. All it matters is what do you believe in? If you believe in yourself that you can find answers to questions that you don't even understand, that belief, that self belief is important. And you have to practice it, and then this experience will enhance your self belief. Self belief is not just saying, oh, I can do this, but you're really not doing it. You have to experience it, right? So read, understand, revise what you don't understand, think about it. Ask yourself questions, watch videos. Think about it how you would explain it to your friend. Think how you would ask this question to your instructor. That thought process, that inner tape in your mind will then force you to think. This thinking process is very important step in acquiring that knowledge and retaining it. Because even if you didn't know the answer, but because you thought about that question for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes, for 30 minutes, when you find that answer, you will remember it for a long, long time because your mind has contemplated, your mind has spent a lot of time on the question. Maybe you don't have the answer, you just found the answer, but you will remember it because now your mind has thought over about it. It's got into that thinking mode, right? So you want to be able to push the limits of your mind. And it's amazing. I mean, think about it. The brain is an organ, right? It has neurons. It still grows. Studies have shown we use a very small percentage of our brain, which means there's a lot of untapped potential. How do we unlock that potential which is there in the brain? What is that energy that unlocks that power? It is you, the soul, not the brain. You, the soul, has tremendous amount of power. It has the power to power your entire body, and brain is just one tiny organ and part of the body. It has that much energy. But we waste that energy with negative thinking, with wasteful thinking. I cannot do this. I've never been able to do this. My parents said this. My friend said this. My sibling did this. All that negative, it drains your energy. So that power gets wasted, right? Shut it off. Because nothing can be achieved with that negativity. Nothing. You know it yourself. Has worrying about something accomplished anything? You have an exam tomorrow, or you have an assignment tomorrow, or you have a deliverable tomorrow at work. You can keep worrying about it and be stressed about it for 2 hours. Does that accomplish anything? Does it finish the assignment? No, nothing. Yet you worry about it because we are used to it. It's become a habit, it's become a pattern. We need to break those habits, we need to break those patterns, we need to create new habits like these where you're revising it. You need to create new habits where you're confronting yourself, you're challenging yourself and saying, I'm going to write down all my fears, I'm going to write down my questions, and I will not rest until I find those answers. And if I still can't find the answers, I will not hesitate to ask questions because I believe in myself that I did the best, whatever I could, to find those answers. That new pattern will make a difference in your life. That newness in your life will take you to higher heights. But this needs to be experienced. No matter how much I talk about it, if you don't do it, those old habits will persist. We are what our habits decide, right? Everything, anything we do, we are habitual. So we need to break those habits. That's why we say, wake up in the morning. That's a good start of the day to break those old habits. Wake up in the morning with a calm mind. That's a new habit, right? And it takes 21 days, usually, sometimes a little bit more depending how strong the old habit is. But all it takes is 21 days to create new habits. So challenge yourself. Write down on the calendar. We started the new year with new resolution. We are going to learn new things. 1 month is already over. Do we remember what we learned in this month? Ask yourself, challenge yourself. If not, revise it, right? February is coming. What are our goals for next month, right? Be goal oriented. What it is that I need to focus on. Because when you're focused, you're goal oriented, you don't have time to waste because you have to achieve your goal. When you don't have a goal, you will wander. And when you wander, you waste time. And what does that fill up with? Anxiety, negativity, wasteful thoughts, useless thoughts, which don't do any accomplishment. Nothing gets done. Right? So I would strongly encourage you to try it out. Share your experience. If you need help, we are here to help. We've been doing this for a long time, right? We've got a lot of panel members, we've got centers all over. Our goal is truly for you to be efficient, to believe in yourself, and be successful not in your work, but in your life as well. And these small tricks make a huge difference. So I kindly request you to try it out, share your experience. If it doesn't work, please tell us. We will make sure that you are able to navigate through all this haziness, through this confusion, through this negativity, and you become successful. Hope you found this session helpful. Thank you very much, all of you.